If you are 65 or older and you drive in the United States, the next few hours are more important than you might think. New driving rules are taking effect across the country, and seniors are specifically being called out in these updated regulations. Whether you drive every single day or just occasionally to the grocery store, to a doctor's appointment, or to visit family, these changes affect you directly. Millions of older Americans are completely unaware of what is about to change, and the consequences of not knowing range from unexpected fines to license complications that could seriously disrupt your independence and your daily life. Do not look away from this. Stay right here, because everything you need to know is coming up right now. Welcome to SSA Benefits Alert, your most trusted source for news, updates, and clear explanations about everything that affects older Americans, from Social Security and Medicare to legal changes, driving regulations, and financial protections that seniors need to know about. We are here because the government does not always make it easy to understand what is changing and why, and because millions of seniors across this country deserve to have someone in their corner who breaks it all down in plain, simple language. If you have not yet subscribed to SSA Benefits Alert, do it right now and hit that notification bell, because we post important updates every day and you do not want to miss what is coming. Now let us get into what is happening. Across the United States, state motor vehicle authorities and the Federal Department of Transportation have been rolling out updated guidelines and regulatory changes that specifically address older drivers. These changes are not arbitrary. They come in response to years of safety data, demographic research, and advocacy from both road safety organizations and senior citizen groups who have pushed for a system that is both safer and fairer for drivers age 65 and above. What is taking effect now represents the latest phase of those efforts, and understanding what is in these new rules is essential for every senior behind the wheel. The first major area of change involves license renewal requirements for drivers age 65 and older. Several states have updated their renewal cycles, meaning that seniors in those states can no longer renew their licenses for the same extended periods that were previously available. In many states, the standard renewal period is between 4 and 8 years. For seniors above a certain age threshold, that period is being shortened in some states to as little as 2 years. The reasoning behind this is that more frequent renewals create more opportunities for vision testing, knowledge checks, and in some cases, driving assessments that can catch issues before they become safety problems on the road. However, for seniors who are perfectly capable drivers, this means more trips to the DMV, more paperwork, and potentially more costs associated with the renewal process itself. The second significant change relates to vision testing requirements. Updated federal guidance encourages states to implement stricter vision screening at license renewal for older drivers, and many states have responded by lowering the threshold at which additional testing is required, or by requiring more comprehensive eye exams, rather than the simple in-office screening that has traditionally been used at DMV locations. For seniors who have developed conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration, which become increasingly common with age, these stricter vision requirements could result in restrictions being placed on their license, such as daytime driving only or no highway driving, or in some cases, a license suspension until the vision issue is addressed and documented by a licensed eye care professional. The third area of change concerns medical reporting requirements. A growing number of states are now requiring physicians, optometrists, and other healthcare providers to report patients who have conditions that may impair their ability to drive safely. These conditions include certain neurological disorders, seizure conditions, severe sleep apnea, and progressive cognitive conditions, including early-stage dementia. For seniors, this is particularly significant because these conditions are disproportionately prevalent in older age groups. If your doctor believes your medical condition affects your driving ability and your state has mandatory reporting laws, your license could be reviewed or suspended without you initiating that process yourself. Knowing your state's specific rules on this issue is critically important. The fourth change addresses speed and highway driving for seniors. Certain jurisdictions are piloting programs that place advisory restrictions on older drivers in specific high-risk conditions, such as driving at night, during heavy rain, or on high-speed interstate highways. While many of these restrictions are currently advisory rather than legally enforceable, the trend is clearly moving toward more formal regulation in this area. Seniors who regularly use highways or who drive at night should be aware that these discussions are actively happening at the state level, and that what begins as an advisory recommendation often eventually becomes a legal requirement. The fifth and very practical change involves updated rules around accessible parking placards and license plates for seniors with mobility limitations. The requirements for obtaining and renewing disabled parking permits have been tightened in several states. Documentation from a licensed medical professional is now required more frequently, and the renewal periods for these placards have been shortened in some jurisdictions. If you currently have a disabled parking placard or are considering applying for one, checking your state's current requirements is essential to make sure your permit remains valid and that you are complying with the updated rules. Now, beyond the driving regulations themselves, there is an important connection between these changes and your SSA benefits that many seniors do not immediately consider. Your ability to drive independently is directly tied to your ability to access the services and appointments that keep your SSA benefits intact. Missing a Social Security appointment, failing to attend a required medical evaluation for disability benefits, or being unable to reach a Medicare-covered specialist can all have downstream effects on the benefits you receive. Losing your driving privileges or having them restricted is therefore not just a transportation issue. It is a benefits issue, and that is why SSA Benefits Alert is covering this story today. If you receive Social Security disability insurance or supplemental security income and your ability to drive is central to your daily functioning and your medical care, a change in your driving status should be reported to the Social Security Administration if it affects your ability to work or your medical situation. Similarly, if driving restrictions mean you now need additional support services, there may be programs available through Medicare, Medicaid, or your state's Aging Services Department that can help cover transportation costs to medical appointments and other essential destinations. What should you do right now? Contact your state DMV or visit their official website to find out exactly what the current renewal requirements are for drivers in your age group. Do not rely on what the rules were last time you renewed because they may have changed significantly. Schedule a comprehensive eye exam if you have not had one in the past year. Having current documentation of your vision health puts you in the best possible position if stricter vision requirements are applied at your next renewal. Talk to your doctor about your driving and ask directly whether any of your current medical conditions or medications could affect your ability to drive safely or trigger a reporting requirement in your state. Having that conversation proactively is far better than being caught off guard. If you rely on your vehicle to get to Social Security appointments, Medicare checkups, or prescription pickups, start researching transportation alternatives in your area now, before you potentially need them. Many communities have senior transportation programs, and Medicare Advantage plans often include transportation benefits that original Medicare does not cover. This is the mission of SSA Benefits Alert every single day. We watch what is changing in the laws, the regulations, and the benefit programs that affect your life, and we bring it to you clearly and quickly so that you are never the last to know. The connection between your driving rights, your health, your independence, and your financial security through Social Security and Medicare is real, and we take all of it seriously. If this video helped you, please give it a like and share it with a senior in your life who drives. It could genuinely make a difference for someone you love. Drop a comment below with your questions or your thoughts and let us know what topics you want us to cover next. And if you are not yet subscribed to SSA Benefits Alert, now is the time. We are here for you every single day, making sure that every older American has the information they need to protect their independence, their benefits, and their future. SSA Benefits Alert, because you deserve to know.